I really wanted to make a video on PTCG Live, however, I'm afraid to migrate my account, and so I don't have the cards to do it. Hey everybody, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we're going to be playing a deck that I am super excited for. I'm having a ton of fun with this deck. I even bought the cards IRL, and this is a deck that I worked with Brandon McLeod over on Twitter, who also runs the Goon Squad YouTube channel, so definitely go give both of those a follow. Link in the video description. Speaking of clicking on stuff, if you haven't clicked subscribe on this channel, what are you waiting for? We just hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much for the continued support. It means so much to me, but we're not stopping there. So if you want to help this channel grow even more, subscribe, leave a like and a comment. Those tell YouTube this is a good channel and other people should watch it. If you're in the market for some new TCG accessories, I am now affiliated with Dragon Shield. You should absolutely use the link in the video description to get the Dragon Shield matte sleeves, because regionals are right around the corners and you want to show up prepared, looking like a pro. Using the link in the video description, of course, gives me a kickback, which helps me make more and better videos for you guys. So with all that said, let's hop over to PTCGO to check out this deck list. So here we are, PTCGO, and we are playing Charizard V-Star. Now, the Charizard V here isn't super important. It does have a cool attack, Incinerate, which for 2 fire and a colorless does 90 damage, and you can discard all tools from your opponent's active Pokemon before doing damage, which means if they're relying on a Big Charm or Cape of Toughness to keep them alive from that 90 damage, you can get rid of that tool and hit them for 90 damage. Maybe take the KO. It also gets rid of things like air balloons if you're trying to keep something trapped in the active. It's not a terrible attack, we're just not going to use it too often. Heat Blast, 3 fire and a colorless does 180 damage. Again, not really looking to use it too often. Why are we using the Brilliant Stars Charizard over the Rebel Class Charizard? And the reason is the Rebel Class Charizard has a retreat cost of 3, and this has a retreat cost of 2. Very big, small, but very important difference. So we'll talk about why in just a minute. We are, of course, using the Charizard V-Star as our main attacker. 280 health with a 2-prize Pokemon is enormous. Explosive Fire, 2 fighting, and 2 fire and a colorless does 130 damage. But if this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, you get to do an additional 100 damage. And getting those damage counters is going to be pretty easy. We'll talk about how. Star Blaze is our V-Star power. Remember, you can only use a single V-Star power per game. But for 3 fire and a colorless, you do a massive 320 damage. I mean, you are looking to nuke whatever's in your opponent's active and send them to the Shadow Realm. Moltres here is our secondary attacker. It has the Infernal Wings attack for just a single fire energy, does 20 damage. Now, the problem with this card is that the attack is not affected by weakness, so you can't throw a Choice Belt on and start hitting for big damage, because, oh, by the way, if you have any damage counters on Moltres, you do an additional 70 damage, so you could be hitting for 90 for just 1 fire and energy, which is pretty cool. But because of that no weakness thing, you can't just slap a Choice Belt on here and start taking out Genesect left and right, because that would hurt Mew's feelings, and nobody wants that. I mean, God. Anyway, the other Pokemon we have here is Bibarel with the Industrious Incisors ability. Lets us draw until we have 5 cards in our hand. You'd be surprised how often we can dump out our hands and just refill it entirely with Bibarel, so that's a really good card to have. And Luminion with the Luminous Sign ability. Play this card from your hand to the bench, search your deck for any supporter you want. Very useful. Now, when we talk about the rest of this deck, we're going to look at it from the lens of Charizard's really bad at accelerating energy. Welder's not in the format anymore, and Giant Hurt's not in the format anymore, so we have some replacements not as good. Kindler, we don't even run in this deck, so our main energy acceleration is Magma Basin. Magma Basin, once during your turn, you may take a fire energy from your discard and attach it to one of your benched fire Pokemon. The keyword there is benched, and that makes this a lot worse. But if you do attach an energy using Magma Basin, that Pokemon takes 20 damage. And this activates the secondary effects of Charizard V-Star's Explosive Fire and Moltres' Infernal Wings, I think it is. So, you know, it's useful, but not as good as it could be. The big problem with this is, like, okay, fine, Flaffy also requires you to attach energies to the bench, But you could have multiple Flaffies and attach multiple energies. Houndoom, you can only attach a single strike Pokemon, but you can have multiple Houndooms and attach multiple energies in that one turn. This, we can only use Magma Basin once. So our acceleration limits are much, much lower. So we do pair that with things like Experience Share. Experience Share is a tool where if the active Pokemon is knocked out from an attack on your opponent's active Pokemon, you could take a basic energy from that Pokemon and move it to the Pokemon that has Experience Share on it. And this is a good way of kind of, you know, getting extra energy so that you don't have to Magma Basin, or that you know, if you whiff an energy in for manual attachment, it's not as bad, but it's still not a great way of dealing with it. Partially because with something like Magma Basin, our opponent can just get rid of it with their own stadium, and our opponent can get rid of our Experience Shares with Tool Scrapper or Tool. I mean, Tool Jammer doesn't really matter because this is used on the bench, but still, there are things that get rid of tools, so we don't really like it too much. Now, how do we get energies into the discard pile so we can use Magma Basin? When we have Ultra Ball that lets us search a deck for any Pokemon if we discard 2 cards, and Quick Ball, discard a card to search a deck for a basic Pokemon. We also have Professor's Research. That's not Professor's Research, your Professor's Research. Discard your entire hand, draw 7. It's a fantastic draw support, and it lets us put some fire energies into the discard pile. We also have Peony. Now, Peony, you discard your entire hand to search a deck for 2 trainers. Why on earth would we want to do that? Well, maybe it finds that air balloon to get the benched Charizard that we've been powering up with Magma Basin into the active. Maybe it gets the Magma Basin so that we can attach an energy to a Charizard, or it gets us the energy search so that we can attach a fire energy from our hand that turn. There's a lot of things that you can get with Peony, and then also don't forget we do have Bibarel, so after we discard our hand with Peony, we can go ahead and then refill it with Bibarel. So it's not really the end of the world to discard your hand. We do have Boss's Orders, and we do have Raihan. Raihan's another really good way of accelerating energy from the discard to a Pokemon, and then you can search your deck for any card you want. So it's really nice if your opponent's your Pokemon gets knocked out, you move an energy with Experience Share, then you can Magma Basin to it, then you play Raihan, and then you attach from the hand, and look, there you go, there's 4 energies. Now you can Star Blaze and just nuke whatever your opponent knocked out your Charizard or whatever with. So there are things that we can do and ways to accelerate the energy. It's a little clunky at times, it's a little convoluted, but we can make it happen. And then, of course, we do have Bird Keeper to move Pokemon. Remember, Magma Basin only works from the bench, so we do have to be able to get our Pokemon into the active, and so we have Bird Keeper, Air Balloon, and Switch to help with that, and finally Boss's Orders, so that we can bring up a Pokemon and just take the KO. You know, I feel like oftentimes you're choosing between like Peony, Raihan, Boss, like, so it does get a little weird. We do have a fair amount of supporters, and maybe we can cut down the number of supporters, but at the moment, this is kind of what I'm running with, and let's go check it out. So going into the first game, the biggest thing I do not want to see is Mew, because Mew is super, super fast, and they're going to be able to boss up our Charizard that we're powering up on the bench, knock it out, and then we lose the energies, we lose the Pokemon, they're 2 prizes ahead, and it's just insanely hard to recover. Mew is a little bit too fast for this deck. Both me and my opponent will take a mulligan. The other decks we don't want to run into are, of course, Suicune and Ice Rider, seeing that they will hit us for weakness. Now, this isn't terrible. I mean, it's not great because we have no draw options, and it looks like we're playing a Bronzong, maybe like a Metal Box. So this could be cool because we will hit things for weakness. That's if we can ever get an attack off. So yeah, this could be like a Corviknight type deck. The only thing that I really know that runs Bronzong, straight Zacian Zamazenta does not run Bronzong. So the only thing that I know that does is either Metagross or Corviknight. Either way, we hit all that stuff for weakness. We can go ahead. This isn't... man. I don't want to discard all this stuff. This is like the worst hand we could have had. So that's like really, really unfortunate. We only have 1 Charizard V-Star left. But I kind of have to. Because they have, I mean, they could boss attach an energy, knock out this Charizard, right? Like, it's a terrible situation. Okay, this is a little bit better. We can go ahead and energy search. We'll go here. We'll quick ball away this fire energy. We'll get another Charizard. And we can Magma Basin, but I kind of want to wait. Kind of want to see what they do, but then they might get rid of it with their own, so we're just going to go ahead and we'll attach it. Could we have attached it to the other one to spread out the energies? Yes, we could have, but I guess we're going to force them to use their boss. Man, these two hands have not been great. We're going to get rid of a Research and a Raihan. My best bet is that they knock out this Bidoof, that they don't boss up my Charizard. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. But man, like, you see what I'm saying? We're in such a vulnerable position because we're Metal Arceus. Interesting. And then a Marnie. So Marnie I will take a Marnie. I won't lose my Research and Raihan. I'll keep them. And I can always Lumineon for another draw support if I really need it. I don't actually need it. So they do go ahead and get rid of the Magma Basin. So now we can search for an evolution. We can go ahead and just put this into the active. Because now we can Pionio. Oh, look at that. But I kind of want to keep that. So we can Peony this. We can get an energy search because we have another energy in the discard. That's fine. And we don't have an evolution incense. Don't I have two? Alright, we'll get the experience share, I guess. I guess that's what we'll get. And now we can energy search this. We'll go ahead and attach. And oh no, we need 4 because we don't have the V-Star because I don't have the evolution incense. God, this is what I'm saying, where like Magma Basin is so bad sometimes. And they're going to be able to, they can't KO because they used Brave Blade last turn, but now they can because they have the switch. So sure, now they can just go back in. And they have the opportunity to Starburst, so that's a ton of fun. I need a... Oh, God. I can't believe you don't have any Evolution Incense. Are they all in the discard? One of them is. I must have prized the other one, so... Super, super cool. It's a lot of fun, everybody. This is a fun game. And I'm going to go ahead and take 2 prizes. So now it's like, I can't, I have to hope we get a fire energy. Because what's the alternative? You know, I can't. We get a Lumineon. That's the best top deck we could have asked for. The question is, do I go to research and do I have another energy search though? I don't even have another energy search. So I could go Raihan. Raihan might not be bad. Because then I could search for the Bibro. Or the V-Star. I could search for the Charizard V-Star. So maybe we'll do that. We'll attach the fire energy. And I guess I have to get the V-Star. And now we can just Explosive Fire. Wish I could have done that last turn. We would not be in such a bad position. Bidoof and Evolution Incense? Bibro. Bibro's good enough. It's just as good as an Evolution Incense. And now we're kind of in a problem too, because if they knock out this Charizard V-Star, I don't have another one since we drew into 2 in the beginning of the game. And they're going to go ahead and start to power up their Zamazenta. I do not care. They get the Raihan. Sure. Why wouldn't they have 2 Metal Saucers and a Raihan in their hands? Why would they not? Are they going to force me to have a boss, or are they going to attack? They're going to attack. So they're only going to hit for 180. They're going to hit for 180. But then they will be able to go ahead and power up. So it doesn't really matter too much. I need another energy to knock out this V-Star. Yeah, I mean, I'm in so much trouble. We'll bench this. Arceus V-Star will do the least amount of damage. At least here I can take 2 prizes and try to get something with Industrious Incisors. We'll go like this. We'll get a Charizard. We'll attach. We'll Magma Basin. We'll Magma Basin to the Charizard. And then we'll Explosive Fire. See what we can pull out of our butts. We got a Fire Energy. That's nice. And we got an Ultra Ball. So we got a Fire, and I think, do we have our other Raihan in the deck? We do. They're going to Marnie us. If I can find a Raihan, that's all I would need. Don't have it. Because then I'd be able to hit for 180. Oh, they're going to keep that. Never mind. Never mind. I don't think I can pull this off. I have to get this into the active. And I don't think I can do that. But we'll see. Well, Ultra Ball, if we Quick Ball away this, we can get a Pokemon. And we can Ultra Ball them both away. And we can get a Bibro. We'll see what we can manage. We'll Industrious Incisors. We'll attach an energy. We can't capture energy, okay. We'll Ultra Ball these 2. We'll put this here. Industrious Incisors. I think we got it. Because now we can Magma Basin to here. Boss. Retreat. And hit with Heat Blast. Oh my. Oh god. Thank you. Oh, I would have been real upset if we didn't win that one. Going into game number 2, let's see how we fare with this one. Like I said before, Mew is just a very tough matchup. So we'll see what we end up going against. We lose the coin flip yet again, because that seems to be my life, is losing those coin flips. We do have a Charizard V, so that's okay. We definitely don't want to be starting Lumineon, I'll tell you that. And a Blissey deck. Interesting. When I was playing on live, I did play against Blissey. We'll go ahead and get rid of this Evolution Incense. We'll go ahead and get a Bidoof. We'll Quick Ball away this Fire Energy. I have 2 more Charizard V-Stars. That's okay. I kind of don't want to use a supporter like that this turn. So what if I go... I can get a Bidoof. Fine, we'll get a Bidoof. And then, oh, Path to the Peak, duh. Wow, that was dumb. It's been a That was smart. I'm a smart guy. You can tell I do this a lot. I can't believe I just did that. Oh, man. What is wrong with me? They got the double turbo energy, so they're going to be hitting for 70 damage, right? It does. They have 3 plus the 10. Oh, 80, because, okay. So we might as well evolve here. Well, Evo Incense for the Bibarel. This is why I like Bibarel, not more than Crobat, but I can use Bibarel and I can't use Crobat. So that's nice. We'll go ahead and get rid of this fire energy. We'll get another Charizard, I guess, just so we can start powering up something. I'm going to research here, see if I can find like a switch card. We get an Air Balloon. Air Balloon's nice. We're going to go into this Bidoof here. And then we'll Magma Base into our Charizard V-Star. And that's it. Duskull and a Sobble. That is interesting to me. Now we do have the Peony, so I don't really care too much. But I kind of do care. Actually, if I'm being honest. Because then I can't... Alright, whatever. We got the Raihan. Do I have any energies in the discard? So the Raihan was huge. Because now, we'll search for a Magma Basin. Go ahead and deal with that. We'll attach here. And we are going to Starblaze and knock this thing out. Because they have nothing else set up. They'll take some prizes with the treasure energies. Well, they'll draw some cards with the treasure energies, but they don't have another Blissey set up. So I'm okay with that. And that puts some energy in the discard for us to Magma Basin with. Even if they do throw another path down, we can go ahead and put our Magma Basin down. So I think we're okay here. Top deck in that Raihan was pretty big. They go with the Quick Ball on the Oranguru, which means they want to save something for when they... I guess they don't need to save anything. They just want to be able to use Primate Wisdom. So here we go. They're going to research. We will be able to Peony if we wanted to. I would not want to because that's a lot of our supporters there. But we would be able to bring up this... We could probably, maybe Boss. Boss might be a good play here. So they're going to go ahead and... That's fine. We'll get rid of Magma Basin here. We'll use it. We'll attach. And then we'll throw this down. And we'll search for a Boss's Orders. And we'll bring up this guy. And we are going to Explosive Fire for 230 damage. Now, I know that might not seem like a lot, but... I mean, it is kind of a lot, and they're going to be in a lot of trouble. I don't think they're going to be able to take the KO on this next turn. So, that puts us in a pretty decent position, because then we'll be able to... Let's say they do somehow manage to knock this thing out. We can go ahead and Peony for an Air Balloon, send up our Bibarel or something, and attach an energy here, and then I do think that's all of our Magma Basins. We have one more Magma Basin, so we would, as long as it's not prized, we would be able to Peony for a Magma Basin and an energy. or a magical base and an air balloon. They're going to heal all that damage. That's slightly annoying. It's kind of annoying, but they're going to use a lot of their resources in order to do that. It's a little irritating. But it gives us the turn we need. It gives us... I am going to get this Moltres down. And... yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and Explosive Fire. Because we can still Incinerate next turn and still take the KO, because even if they throw a Cape of Toughness down, Incinerate does the damage before... it gets rid of the tools before doing damage. So discard the tool, they'll go back down to 250 health, and then we hit them for 90. Now, it doesn't really matter because they'll go up to 300. Are they going to Sharon's Care again? That would be, again, very, very irritating. God. Are they just going to keep doing that, though? I mean, they wouldn't be able to, because then they wouldn't be able to attack, really. They'll have to send up something else. So, they might save the Sharon's... oh, they're going to discard it. Oh, no. They've Primate Wisdomed it away. So, they're saving it for this one. Now, luckily, our V-Star here is... oh, they're going to transfer some special energies. Sure, they might as well get everything. Man, Blissey is kind of annoying at this point, huh? I don't want to... I mean, look at my hand, though. This is garbage. Did they not know that I can attack? Like, I'm going to knock them out. I kind of don't want to discard all this, but I don't have a ton of options here. So, you know what? Because I'm afraid they're going to knock this out. Alright. Okay, this isn't terrible. Bibarel, these two. Well, Ultra Ball the Bibarel and the Moltres. We'll get another Charizard. Now we can attach to it, Experience Share, and then Industrious Incisors. So that if this does get knocked out, we're still kind of okay. And there we go, 2 more prizes. I don't know if it's going to matter, because I'm going to have that Sharon's Care to heal all the damage we do off this thing. So I guess using that Star Blaze was probably the wrong time to do it. How many double turbo energies are they down at this point? There has to be a few. 3. This is their last one. But it's going to force them to put that back into their hand. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep to Sharon's Care. We'll see what happens. They have to put some energies onto this thing. But then if they Sharon's Care, it all goes as... okay. Well, that does change things a little bit now, doesn't it? Because then they can move it all to one Pokemon. Sharon's Care, put it... okay. I need to get rid of this Dusknoir, but I don't have any more bosses to do it. That is extremely irritating. I don't want to give them the Moltres, because then they... Do I? It'll do 90. And they have 300. 90 and 230 is, God, not enough, right? Oh no, that's more than enough. So maybe I give him the Moltres. But then, I don't know. I don't think I do. I think I gotta force them to go through both of these. I thought about doing the Moltres. I don't know. And that's... That Charon's Care and that Dusknoir. Wow. I'm probably going to lose. Because they can, as often as they want, they can move special energy from one Pokemon to another. So they can move it, Charon's Care, put it back. Does it say? I wonder if Charon's Care says back into the deck though, or into their hand. I think it's into their hand. They must have gotten it back with Palpad. So at least they can search their deck now with Shady Dealings, so they can scoop up net whatever they put into the active to get the Blissey back. That's annoying as hell. That's so annoying. They're taking a chance by moving... I guess they're just going to move it all to the other Blissey. And they get to keep the Cape of Toughness because Charon's Care says, put this and all cards attached to it into your hand. So they don't even need the scoop up net. That's so stupid. And then they can just Palpad it back. And they can just, yeah, now they can play Shady Dealings and Talion next turn. Yeah, there's no way I win. Because I can't Starblaze again. And they only have one prize. Wow. I can't, yeah, I'm at a loss. I did not, that Dusknoir is the thing that did it for them. That's super annoying. Oh well. So there you have it, Charizard V-Star. It is a lot of fun, and the deck can really work if you figure out the right way to play it. I've been having, like I said, just a bunch of fun with it. I've been really enjoying it. Maybe you need the choice spells, but then how many tools do you have in the deck? And maybe you have one experience share, one, I don't know. It feels like it's just shy of having the thing it needs to really, like, you can't even use something like Rose because that's VMAXs. So I don't know. I'm not really sure how I'm going to fix this up. Maybe it's better with Arceus. Maybe that's just the way to go. Arceus Charizard, and you do that, and then you can Starbirth for whatever you need. Or you can Starblaze and just nuke something into the Shadow Realm. I don't really know what the play is, but I'm going to keep trying out Charizard. Like I said, it's just a cool, interesting deck, and I like playing it. And if you like this channel, then subscribe, like, comment, all that kind of stuff. Tells YouTube this is a good video, all the people should watch it, all that nonsense. Link for Dragon Shield products in the video description. And that's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.